The show is called Healthcare in You today, but again, the main show is called Medicare in You, and here I am living proof of this. My father, about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, the experts to my left, and I'll turn the mic over to them, had a little mini stroke in his house in Prospect. So anyway, he's a very active guy, not used to not driving. And here is actually me, Michael Regan, 46 years of age, living this. And it's true. Like Medicare and You, I always try to educate my consumer, what's out there, what you can get, how can you get a Medicare savings program, what's the most affordable policy, what care can you get, Medicare supplement, Medicare Advantage. But the key is, how is my father going to get to all these doctor's appointments? I'm running a business. My girls, I sincerely appreciate their leniency with me. Even though I am the boss, I still need to run the company. And lately, the carriers have been giving 11 to 15% rate increases. So it's pretty bad in the boardroom, like bad where they're like screaming at you. So I need to do my job in order to run this company. And I can only do so much to take my father to these appointments. Well, to my left are the guardian angels of my life. Larry Santoro and I have been friends for 10 plus years. I remember the day I met the gentleman. He had another insurance agent. He called me in. I went to Naugatuck Ambulance in Naugatuck on Rubber Avenue. We met for the first time, and we hit it off. He's like, man, you're energetic. I said, I promise, this is real. I don't take drugs. I drink a Bud Light, but this is real energy. And I promise you, I will be a good agent. I will enroll everyone in person. And so it's been a great relationship. He and his beautiful wife, Susan, own a company called Where the Heart Is. Where the Heart Is has basically saved me. 6 to 7 plus times they've already taken my father to appointments. I know you're sitting out there thinking that you are burdening your children or your neighbor or somebody. Here is our solution. We have Larry Santoro, Spencer Griffin. Take it away, gentlemen. I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Michael.
My pleasure.
Well, first of all, when we first met, I got to say you're a lot different now in talking to you because you've slowed down about 200%.
The twins have done that to me. 10 years.
Where the Heart Is does, it's a homemaker companion, non-medical homemaker and companion service. But what you're talking about is the transportation. What we will do is, if somebody needs a ride to a doctor's office or physical therapy or shopping or any of that, as long as they call, make an appointment, we can come get them, pick them up, take them to their appointment. And the important thing is we stay with them. It's not like some other service where you'll call for a 10 o'clock pickup. They pick you up, they drop you off at the doctor. Then you got to call them back to pick you up when you're done. And they may come in 5 minutes or they may come in 45 minutes. We stay right with our client, take care of their needs, find out what they have to do, help them do whatever they have to do. So that's kind of what we do in a nutshell. As I said, we also do homemaker companion. Lighthouse care, things like that to, again, take the burden off the family, but still give their loved one a chance to stay home, feel independent, be in their own home where most people are most happy. So that's kind of what we do in a nutshell. Spencer, to my left, is actually taking care of your dad on a number of these trips and all that. So I don't know if you had any specific questions or how you want to handle that with Spencer.
Well, what I'd like to do is just, again, say thank you. Spencer, if you can, try not to be too HIPAA compliant where you say exactly where you're taking him and what you're doing.
Yeah.
But just describe a normal client interaction.
Well, I mean, it's basically exactly what Larry said. He basically took away all my thunder that I was going to say.
Oh, no.
But in a way, with your dad, by the way, is... I guess you can say I can see where you get a little bit of your personality from. But at the same time, I remember taking your dad on one of the trips. I mean, we were a little short-staffed at one point, and then I went out and took him to one of his doctor's appointments, and he was a pleasure. I mean, it was one of the best things that I've done for that entire week. We shared a lot in common as far as baseball goes. Did not know that. And about every little replacement that he's ever had or something like that. But at the same time, exactly to touch more on what Larry said, we basically want our clients to have that assurance that, they could get to point A to point B even though they don't have a vehicle or they don't have a license anymore. I mean, because what a lot of people forget is once you turn 16 years old, you got that license and you have that easy pleasure of where you get to just drive off to somewhere. And you know what, as you get older, there's really not much that you can do, and you get the license stripped from you. Just imagine your keys being stripped from you.
WC AAA, call back because I want you to plug where the heart is. All right, so they were patiently waiting, but I have to tell you, this is a true life story. I'm living it. Like, pinch myself, I bleed red. This is me living it. He has actually told me on 2 occasions what a fantastic gentleman Spencer is. And you're in your 20s, right?
Yes.
This gentleman acts like a responsible man, not like a young kid still living in his parents' house until age 26, playing video games all day. He shows up on time. He's well dressed. Gets the client to the doctors on time, and that is peace of mind. The service is so affordable, you'd be a fool not to use them. And why am I plugging them? Because I'm actually using them as we speak. Tell me some of the services you do, because obviously it's a lot more than just taking him to the doctor. We have now every 2 weeks someone going in.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, every 2 weeks we have someone go in there to help them out with even grocery shopping, stuff like that, and also daily household chores that just cannot be done. But we also provide other services such as the emergency response systems, where everybody typically knows them as "help, I fall and I can't get up" type buttons. But at the same time, I mean, it all depends on what you need. And it's different, and it varies upon every client. You know, one client may need services every five days, or they may need it every day of the week.
I just wanted to say that, I mean, there's a number of things that we do, as Spencer just mentioned, but one of the things is we try to put for sake of a different term, tailor-made plan together for the client, for the family. We try to meet with them. Susan does a great job with that. Susan Griffin, our CEO, founder. And she still knows every client's mood or what they will accept, what they won't accept. When, you know, she just stays so hands-on and so in touch with us that it does make it a lot easier. But again, as I started to say, we will meet with the family and the client to make sure that everybody is comfortable with what they want, what we can offer, what we have to do, whatever. Any changes that have to be made, we make sure that we contact the family members and the client. So again, we try to keep it as fluid and smooth as possible so that there's no disconnects anywhere along the line.
Right. And the word for Susan is compassion.
Oh, absolutely.
She's so compassionate. She cares
That's true.
much about the client. I remember early, one of my coworkers, both of his parents died within a couple-month period of time. Susan knew about the dog in the house in Hamden. And I'm not saying this was like a random thing because it was me, the client. She knew the dog's name. She was concerned about where the dog was going to go. And she lives it. She lives and breathes it. So it's something that I felt. I called Larry today and I said, listen, you know, I'm running ragged. I'm actually on vacation. And my twins are sitting there right there on the couch. And I do not approve of this technology, but I had to sort of let them have a little iPad time. It's all right. They're on vacation. Yeah. But I can't be everywhere. I mean, I'm starting to say that now at my age. I can't do it all. Mm-hmm. After I leave the show, we're going to watch a movie, and then I've got to drive up to Boston to get my dad today. Yeah. It's like, so on Friday or whatever the next day is, you're going to take him to the doctor's appointment. I got to be at Shakers and do my job. I've got to be at Napoli Foods enrolling a forklift operator in the freezer. I've got to do my job. All right, so go ahead, either one of you, where the heart is.
Well, again, just to follow up on what you say, I mean, some of the services we offer are the light housekeeping, which again makes life easier for the client, for the family, because you know we'll come in and we'll do some light housekeeping, change the linens, clean up, sweep up, you know, vacuum, whatever. Make sure that they get something to eat, whether it be for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, depending on what the hours are. We're there. Spencer mentioned the ERS, which is the emergency response system. We also have, in conjunction with that, a medication dispenser, which will automatically dispense medication. Depending on how many times a day and week, you know, it'll go up to there's 28 days worth of medication in there that the family or visiting nurse can fill. So there's a number of things that we do that sometimes the family may not think of.
No, I didn't think of any of the things.
You know, just to follow up your dog thing, just one quick thing, and Susan's listening, I'm sure she's going to hit me for this, but to date, I believe now we're up to our second dog that we've inherited from a client that either had to go to a con home or has passed on. So the compassion for people and pets is there.
She's a lover. She just is.
Definitely. And to touch again on the housekeeping part, I mean, that is, imagine you're every Saturday, you wake up and you have your day off on Saturday, how long it takes you to just get that stuff done. And a lot of people forget that. And you're just not able to take care of laundry. You're not able to take care of meal preps. I mean, because we do meal preps as well. I mean, a lot of times people don't really have a direct care plan to set that up. And our mission is to make sure that you're going to be able to take care of all those needs and necessities.
Okay, we've got to end the show. It's 2 o'clock. Medicare and You will be on in 2 weeks. If you want to reach them, it's 203-527-7080. We're done.